Bill motherfucking Cosby, America's dad. So guys, it turns out that he's a free man now because the high courts of Pennsylvania have overturned his sexual assault, and he's been ordered to be set free with immediate effect. So a lot has happened since when he was convicted in 2018, and personally myself, this is a story that I've slept on for the longest time because I used to grow up. In fact, I grew up watching Bill Cosby. He was funny. I mean, that's how he gained the name America's Dad. But let me take a step back, right? It's easy for one of us to support either Andrea or Bill Cosby, depending on if you were affected or not. So, because personally myself, I know people that have been sexually assaulted, I do take heed and I listen carefully as to what actually really happened. And then I'm not the courts, but I tend to draw my own conclusions. Now, here's the thing. Bill Cosby, at the time, he was somewhere around 66 years of age. Andrea was around 27, 28, right? So Andrea looked up to Bill Cosby as a mentor because she was pursuing some basketball career and so on. And this fateful night, she then asked Bill Cosby for some advice, and Bill invited her to come over, and she seemed like she was stressed, right? So she says, and Bill then offered her green tea to relax. But then it turns out that it was Quaaludes, which is a drug that has been discontinued because that drug is given to patients or individuals that are under a tremendous amount of stress, and it helps them to sleep and detox and so on. So it turns out that was the drug, and Andrea says that when she had that drug, she was still conscious, but she couldn't really move her body. That's when she then proceeded to say that Bill Cosby was fondling with her breasts. He took her hand and placed it on his penis, and he had his way with her, right? And here's the funny part. Andrea is gay. So my question is this, that if she's interested in women, right? If she's interested in women, why would she go and sleep with Bill Cosby? Now, some of you might like Bill Cosby like I do, like I genuinely do. But I want to stand here for the truth. And I also want to stand here for what might seem like a distant reality where the courts are able to support victims that have been victimized so that they can find hope in the justice system, right? But anyway, I've digressed a little bit. So there was about 60 women that came forward with the hashtag #MeToo. So some of them didn't have the courage to speak out and say, yeah, Bill Cosby did that to me. But after the Andrea case, a lot of women came forward, and over 60 women said he also did that to me. And a couple of them said that, yeah, I was drugged as well because for some reason I couldn't move. I couldn't, my reflexes were frozen, but I was conscious of what was happening. So with the Andrea case, she's gay. She's got no interest in men, but she consented to sleep with Bill Cosby because Bill is not denying the fact that they slept together. He says it was purely consensual. And then when Andrea finally mustered the courage to tell her mom first what had happened, which was over a year later, when her mom called Bill then said, he apologizes for what happened. So the question is, did he apologize for the fact that he had slept with her and she felt however she felt throughout that entire year? Or she was apologizing for the fact that he knew that he took advantage of her, So some of these things we won't know. But I would like us to get to a place where the justice system, because we look up on the justice system of America. Now, we're down here in SA, and it looks like there's corruption everywhere, right? So even with R. Kelly, there is rumors that is coming out soon as well, but we don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that one. But for me, here's what I've seen. With public figures or powerful men, they tend to get involved in these sexual scandals. And I'm also urging people out there to even draft contracts. Like if you meet someone and you feel like you guys, want to have a sexual thing, then rather draft a contract. It should have 2 clauses to it: that you're not going to disclose that we slept together, and secondly, you agreeing that this is purely consensual, just so that nothing comes back and bites you. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say women cannot be spiteful and claim things, right? It happens. I get that it happens. But in this case, I'm looking at the fact that she's gay, number one. Number two, over 60 women came forward and said, Bill did the same thing to me. So I don't know if those 60 women were coerced to say that, yes, Bill actually did X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? So sign a contract, guys. Make sure you sign a contract just so that you cover your ass in future. But for those that know that there are perpetrators out there, they are hiding behind the law because they've somehow found a way for them to twist the law. Imagine the following. If you were to record me over the phone and I said, yes, I had done 1, 2, and 3, I stole it. Do you know that you cannot use that piece of recording in the court of law because it doesn't count? You need to then let me know beforehand that, you know what, buddy, this conversation is being recorded. And even if I'm sitting with my lawyer inside a private room, whatever I disclose to my lawyer, they cannot use that. Even if there are bugs, even if there are people listening in, they cannot use that. So the reason, you might be asking, why was he released? The only thing I've got here is that when it comes to the courts, they had found that the previous prosecutor had made a deal with Bill Cosby not to charge him for the case, right? So they found out that he made a deal, but does it dismiss the fact that he did it? If he did, so there's just a lot of loopholes in our justice system. Even right now, with our former president, there's just so much that's happening, guys, so much. It seems like there's a connotation between public figures or public figures that have sexual scandals and the name daddy in between. Because if I bring it home, we've got our own Bishop Makamu. The story around him was the whole daddy thing. And with Bill Cosby being America's dad, he also has sexual scandals that are surrounding him. So I don't want to be called daddy or father or papa or anything. Rather call me by my name. Let's see what happens. Probably we could rewrite the law because there's just so many bills, no pun intended, and acts that have been passed on. So maybe we can also rewrite our law, the law ourselves. But anyway, guys, make sure you like this video if you like it. If you love what we do, then hit subscribe. Until next time, for unscripted content, I'll see you again. My name is Banele. Find me on Twitter @LyricBanele, and make sure to visit our website www.blinkco.co.za. Stay blessed.